Am I the asshole for moving out after being trapped in a cult for most of my life? I, 40, grew up in a very strict religious household that was basically a cult. I wasn't allowed to have a social life. No dances, no extracurricular activities, no dating, and no friends outside the church. They had these bizarre rules about relationships. Basically, no physical attraction until marriage, and even had a weird way of explaining the birds and the bees. We couldn't listen to the radio, watch TV, or read books that weren't approved. It was complete control over what I saw, heard, and thought. On top of that, parenting in our house was a nightmare. My brother was the golden child because he had a diagnosed learning disability and needed regular medical treatments. That meant when he physically lashed out at me or my sister, we somehow got blamed for it. We were often punished physically by our parents for not doing things their way, and it wasn't just spankings. It was full-on physical altercations. Gaslighting and manipulation were common. They would guilt us into staying in the family home and doing everything their way, all while insisting it was for our own good. This didn't stop in childhood. Through my 20s and 30s, my parents, especially my father, micromanaged everything. They would tell me what car I could or couldn't drive, that I couldn't pay for my own phone or internet bill, even though I was working, and then threatened to cut me off if I didn't give 1000% to the family. As a result, I missed out on so many opportunities to have a normal social life or focus on myself. Now that they're in their late 60s, I've been the one taking care of them as their health declined. My mother fractured her spine after the COVID lockdowns, and ever since she's been more aggressive, often screaming at everyone over small things. But she refuses to get tested for dementia because she claims she's perfectly fine. This past week, there was a big fight between my sister and my dad. I tried to stay out of it by barricading myself in my room, but later when I tried to leave the house to run an errand, my parents physically blocked me from leaving my room. When I tried to walk past my dad, he put his hands on me. I pushed him out of the way, and suddenly both of them were blaming the entire situation on me. That was the breaking point. I packed up all of my belongings and moved out. I'll be honest, I should have done this years ago. I stayed way too long out of guilt and obligation, and I regret not prioritizing my own mental health sooner. But after what happened, I finally put myself first. What I am more worried about is not only about the safety of my sister, but what would happen once my parents have passed away. From the humanist side, I would like to see them move on with dignity. However, given how they treated me all these years, I have this really concerning thought about wanting them to be gone, which definitely makes me sound like an a-hole. So, AITAH for leaving my parents after everything that's happened.